Today in the world of cannabis, the New Mexico State Legislature approves a recreational cannabis bill. A South Carolina State Committee approves a medical cannabis bill. And following recreational cannabis legalization in New York State, U.S. Senate Majority Leader says a federal cannabis policy reform bill is to be introduced soon. It's Friday, April 2nd, and this is your TRICHOMES Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the TRICHOMES.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, in a report by Marijuana Moment, New Mexico's legislatures have passed a measure to legalize recreational cannabis, submitting the long-awaited bill to Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham, who is anticipated to sign it. A separate measure was also approved to expunge criminal history for low-level cannabis offenses. The legalization bill was approved by the full Senate by a 22-15 vote. By April 1, 2022, legal recreational cannabis sales are expected to commence. Under the bill, adults would be permitted to possess up to 2 ounces of cannabis flower, 16 grams of concentrates, and 800 milligrams of edibles. Home cultivation of up to 6 plants would also be permitted. Following the vote, Governor Lujan Grisham said workers will benefit from the opportunity to build careers in this new economy. Entrepreneurs will benefit for the opportunity to create lucrative new enterprises. The state and local governments will benefit from the additional revenue. Consumers will benefit from the standardization and regulation that comes with a bona fide industry. They added, and those who have been harmed by this country's failed war on drugs, disproportionately communities of color, will benefit from our state's smart, fair, and equitable new approach to past low-level convictions.
And next, the state reports that a South Carolina Senate committee voted in favor of a bill to allow residents with some of the most debilitating medical conditions to be able to purchase and use cannabis. The bill passed with a 9-5 vote and has now been sent to the full Senate for review, paving the way for a debate in April. The Compassionate Care Act, introduced by State Senator Tom Davis, is a bipartisan bill that would permit regulated growing and selling of medical cannabis, linking South Carolina to 38 other states and the District of Columbia, which have already legalized medical cannabis. Following the session, Senator Davis told reporters that they are confident about the measure's prospects in the full Senate. Davis said he performed a survey of the members and found that most of them support the measure, placing it in a position to pass before the legislature's deadline on April 10th. I've spent 6 years in good faith, listening to the objections and concerns and recommendations composed by every industry in this sector, and I have always attempted to draft a bill to accommodate those concerns, Davis said. This is the most conservative medical cannabis bill in the country, they added.
Last up, in a report by Forbes, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announced this week that he would propose a measure to lift the federal ban on cannabis as soon as possible. Senator Schumer's statement comes after recreational cannabis was legalized in their home state of New York. I support decriminalization at the federal level and will be introducing legislation with a few of my colleagues shortly, Schumer told reporters. When pressed by reporters on whether he meant legalization rather than decriminalization, Schumer said, at the federal level, you call it decriminalization because it lets the states legalize. The bill's wording has yet to be published, but it is expected to delete cannabis from the federally controlled substances registry, expunge criminal histories linked to cannabis crimes, and implement regulations and taxation. During a media briefing on Wednesday, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki was questioned if President Joe Biden endorses the upcoming measure and replied that Biden favors cannabis decriminalization, noting his stance has not altered.
And that was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit TRICHOMES.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Careers in Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation, wherever you get your podcasts. For TRICHOMES.com, I'm Devin Leal.
And I'm David Fortin. Have a great weekend.